What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about wide receiver Drake London. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys continuing to tune into the channel, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you would like to follow your boy on Twitter, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you would like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So like I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about wide receiver Drake London. And will the Atlanta Falcons draft Drake London in this 2022 NFL draft in the first round? News broke today that NBC Sports Insider Peter King has spoken with the Atlanta Falcons, and he basically stated that the Atlanta Falcons love Drake London as a prospect, and it's a possibility or a strong possibility that the Falcons will draft Drake London. Personally, I do believe what Peter King has heard is true. I do believe that the Atlanta Falcons organization, Terry Fontenot, Arthur Smith, I do think that they're really interested in Drake London, possibly at that number 8 pick. You guys know that Drake London is my favorite wide receiver prospect in this draft, and I've been talking about him ever since I've been doing my prospect videos. Drake London is the number 1 wide receiver on my board for the Atlanta Falcons for a lot of different reasons. One of the main reasons I like Drake London for our Atlanta Falcons is because he's about 6'4", 220 pounds. He's a really big physical wide receiver, and I think that he would fit perfectly in this Arthur Smith scheme. He's a player similar to Kyle Pitts that we drafted last season in the first round with that number 4 pick. And Drake London is one of those guys to me that will fit in really well with Arthur Smith because of his physicality, because of his versatility. He's a guy that not only can play on the outside, but he also can play in the slot. He can play that slot role as well. Like I said, he's a very good wide receiver at the point of attack, meaning when you throw the ball, he has very strong hands, does a great job of competing for footballs. He's one of the best receiver at high point in the football and catching contested footballs in this draft. He's great run after catch with yak yardage, and being that Arthur Smith runs a system like a West Coast scheme type system where it's run heavy, a lot of play action, and a lot of routes, a lot of horizontal routes where you're running a lot of slant patterns, running a lot of patterns where wide receivers are going to have to do a lot of run after the catch. I think that that's something that Drake London excels at. He also is a really good route runner for his size. Like I said, he's really similar. If you watch his tape and you watch Kyle Pitts' tape, their tape is really similar. I think Kyle Pitts is a little bit faster than Drake London, just straight line speed. But as far as being athletic, being able to adjust to the football in the air and being able to track the football in the air, to me, Drake London is either the best or one of the best at tracking the football at that wide receiver in this draft. Like I said, he does a great job of adjusting to the ball. A lot like Kyle Pitts. When I watched Kyle Pitts' tape last year at Florida, when I turned on Drake London's tape, he reminds me of Kyle Pitts, or just a smaller version of Kyle Pitts. Really physical, hard to bring down in open field. He gets a lot of yardage after catch and after contact because of his size. He's a former basketball player, so in the red zone, he's going to be very good in the red zone. You can just throw the ball up on those fade routes and those back shoulder throws. He's very good at catching, contested passes and playing above the rim because he has basketball background similar to Tony Gonzalez. And I really think that he'll be the perfect fit for our Atlanta Falcons. I do think that the Falcons are going to strongly consider taking him at 8 if he's still there. I do believe that he will be there at that 8th spot. And I do think if the Falcons take a wide receiver or offensive player a skill position player at that 8th pick, I do believe that Drake London will be that pick. But like I said, I really think that him and Kyle Pitts would be a matchup nightmare because of their size, their versatility. Both him and Kyle Pitts can line up pretty much anywhere on the field and be productive. And those guys are also very good blockers. Drake London is a really, like I said, a really big physical wide receiver. So both him and Kyle Pitts will be a handful for cornerbacks that average, normally cornerbacks in the NFL are like 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet. And if you have Kyle Pitts at 6'6", Drake London at 6'4", those are really, really big, strong, athletic wide receivers slash tight end or slash offensive weapons. And I really think, that Drake London would be definitely come in right away and be that number one wide receiver, hands down. But he definitely can be that guy that can complement Kyle Pitts in this offense. And I definitely think that this Falcons team, if they decide to go offense with that number 8 pick, I do believe that the Falcons are going to have to address that wide receiver position, because right now in the wide receiver room, we really don't have a number one wide receiver, a bona fide number one wide receiver. We have Kyle Pitts, who kind of, played both tight end and wide receiver last year, but Kyle Pitts technically is a tight end. So we really don't have that number one guy at that wide receiver spot. So I definitely think that the rumors that are coming out about Peter King, what he's hearing from the Atlanta Falcons organization and them really liking Drake London, I do think that those rumors are true, and doesn't necessarily mean that the Falcons will take Drake London at that 8th pick, but I do think that there's a strong possibility that he could be the player that we go after with that 8th pick if we take an offensive weapon or offensive player. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think of the video. You guys let me know if you think that the Falcons should draft Drake London with that 8th pick. If we do decide to go Drake London, I wouldn't be upset because I'm a huge Drake London fan. I think he comes in day one as that number one wide receiver, and he comes in and provides Marcus Mariota, another target to throw the ball to. Also, he provides that guy that, has that range where the ball doesn't necessarily have to be the most accurate football every time, because him and Kyle Pitts, with their size and their range and their length, they're going to make the quarterback right 90% of the time by making contested catches. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.